What's up, guys? It's KB. Make sure you subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below so you don't miss a single video from us. And thanks for tuning in to another video from Underground Sports Philadelphia. Now let's get into it.
Philadelphia, baby, you're going to love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
What is going on, everybody, and Happy New Year from Underground Sports Philadelphia. It's KB coming at you from Underground Studios, and joining me is the one and only host with the most, the people's champ himself, Mr. Patty Pitts.
What's popping, my dude, on this fine New Year's episode? I'm excited, man, to hop back in. I'm just happy to be here. All right. At the time recording this, I mean, we got so much going on in life and in wrestling. Just found that out. We're feeling great today.
We got so much to talk about. Breaking the fourth wall right off rip. We are recording this before the Eagles game on New Year's Eve. So we don't know how the Jonathan Gannon revenge game went down, but we assume the Eagles kicked the ever-living shit out of the Cardinals. Let's just be honest. We're going to talk about the game. We're going to talk about some baseball, some basketballs. The Sixers keep hooping. Big win over the Rockets. We've got Flyers hockey to talk about. And we got some fun other topics as well. Patty Pitts has his power rankings. We're going to talk about some of the best Philly sports moments of 2023 and some other things that we've just seen that have sparked our creative genius. But before we get into all of that, make sure you guys are following us on the socials at Underground PHI on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook.com/Underground Sports PHI, Twitch.tv/Underground Sports PHI. We're going to have our annual YouTube subscriber live counter going all day tomorrow. It will be live, so keep subscribing as well to our YouTube channel, because we did promise on the Outside the Box podcast that came out earlier this week, if we get to 725 or more subscribers before the ball drops, DJ and I will be doing OTB radio to react to the PLL schedule release on January 1st. So keep subscribing to the YouTube channel, but also subscribe wherever you get your podcasts in audio form. Apple, Spotify, wherever you get them. Keep subscribing. It really does help the show continue to grow, helps us hit new milestones, allows us to do more dope stuff with and for you guys. So keep subscribing on Apple and Spotify. Let's keep climbing the charts. Let's get into the charts everywhere. Let's make 2024 the year of Underground on the podcast charts. Make sure you're following Pitsy on the socials at Pat_Pitts on Twitter and at Pitsy35 on Instagram and Threads. Follow me on Twitter at KBIZZL311 and KBIZZLE11 on Instagram and Threads. And like I said, subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Underground Sports Philadelphia. It's where you get full video episodes of this show twice a week, full video episodes of every show on our network, live streams, clips, shorts, original video content, funny video content. It's all going on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Underground Sports Philadelphia. Pitsy, as of this recording, we are currently sitting at 706 YouTube subscribers.
Oh, so
725 or more. 19 more of you subscribe. Boom. You get OTB radio on the first of the year and a whole lot more coming to our YouTube channel. As 2024, we're getting to 1K. We're getting to 1K in the first quarter of 2024.
Yeah, I see it.
So let's keep it pushing. Let's keep the subscribers going. And subscribe to the YouTube channel. Smash the like button, ring the bell icon, and leave a comment down below on your thoughts on everything Pitsy and I discuss on this episode. And, of course, this show is presented by the City of Vineland. And the City of Vineland Municipal Calendar features city-organized, city-sponsored, and city-affiliated events that are of public interest. The calendar, which is accessible at vinelandcity.org, is a good way for residents and visitors to build awareness, remain engaged with city government, and participate in local events. You can also follow the City of Vineland on social media via their Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube pages. And through these tools, you can stay connected to the community and get important announcements about programs and services offered by the city. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season. And big thank you to Security 21 Security Systems and Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated for their continued support of this podcast. Pitsy, we got a big one. Eagles Cardinals going down New Year's Eve. It's the Kickstarter to what I would say New Year's Eve in Philadelphia is the comparison to what St. Patrick's Day is in Boston.
Really?
The New Year
Why?
is we have the mummers. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But New Year's Eve and New Year's Day is a whole shebang in Philadelphia. There's a parade on New Year's Day. It's a wild time. It's a wild time. There will be videos that I'm sure I will send to you to inform you on everything that's going down. But the Eagles get it kickstarted because it is a 1 o'clock start on New Year's Eve.
That's beautiful.
One of three that the Eagles have had. We have Eagles to kick us off, and then we got a nightcap with the Flyers at 8 p.m. because they're in Calgary. So we get a doubleheader of Philadelphia sports on New Year's Eve. But Eagles Cardinals, it's Jonathan Gannon revenge season, and it's brought to you by our awesome merch partners at PHI Apparel Company, the best merch in the game. 2024, there's going to be a whole lot of new merch, let me tell you guys now, and I can't wait for it. And PHI Apparel Company is the place to get it with their unique designs for every Philly sports fan. That's Eagles, Phillies, Flyers, Sixers, Union, and Underground Sports Philadelphia, because they are the exclusive home for our merch. You're going to stand out in the crowd, whether it's going to the games, hanging out with your friends, going down to your local bar and watching. Wherever you may be, you're going to stand out in the crowd with your merch from PHI Apparel Company, especially if you're repping the pod. Get your Underground Sports Philadelphia podcast merch. It is truly the number one way to support us and allows us to do awesome stuff with and for you guys when you buy merch. It helps us continue to reach the goals that we're trying to reach as a company. So go get your merch. Stand out in the crowd in 2024. From the Philly Dog shirt. You want to be a dog? Get your Philly Dog shirt. Underground Sports Philadelphia merch. The whole 9 yards. Go to phiapparel.co. Use code UNDERGROUND for 10% off any and all merch orders. Like I said, it is the most effective and direct way to support us in everything we're doing. Lets us continue to grow. Helps us turn this into our full-time careers. phiapparel.co. Code UNDERGROUND. 10% off your merch orders. Link is in the description. And when you get your merch, post it up, tag us. We'll repost it everywhere. phiapparel.co. Code UNDERGROUND. 10% off your order. It's Jonathan Gannon revenge season as the Cardinals come to town. As the Cardinals try to do everything that the Eagles do, they try to call themselves the Bird Gang. That's their hashtag this year with their emoji hashtag on Twitter. It's so cute how they just want to be the Eagles. They used to be in the NFC East. Fun fact. The Arizona Cardinals used to be in the NFC East before the Houston Texans came to be. When it was a odd number of teams. It was like when the Lions were, when it was the NFC Central existed and all that.
But I feel like you should put another team in the East and then have the Cardinals be in the Central.
Yeah, let me see what that actually was, because I think it was like 2002 NFL.
That makes no sense. Speaking of New Year's, new thing, like being straightforward. Like if shit doesn't make sense, I'm calling them out. Because that makes no sense.
Yeah, it's what I mean. It still doesn't make sense that the Dallas Cowboys are in the East.
And yeah, but it makes more sense than Cardinals.
Yeah, 2001 NFL divisions looked like this. It's a wild time. Now we're talking over 2 decades ago. The AFC Central was your Pittsburgh Steelers, your Baltimore Ravens, your Cleveland Browns, your Cincinnati Bengals, but also included the Tennessee Titans. Kind of makes sense. Tennessee's not too far away.
That's not that weird. Yeah, it's
and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
What? There was no South?
Your AFC East was the New England Patriots, Miami Dolphins, New York Jets, Buffalo Bills, and the Indianapolis Colts.
I did know that. Which that makes no sense either.
Your AFC West was the Las Vegas Raiders, Seattle Seahawks, the Denver Broncos, Kansas City Chiefs, Los Angeles Chargers. Seahawks
Seattle
are an
was
AFC
the
team.
AFC team. But then
your
they bumped
NFC.
that's weird.
Your NFC. The NFC Central. Chicago Bears, Green Bay Packers, Minnesota Vikings, Detroit Lions, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Thank God they made a South, because this is making no sense.
Your NFC West. Los Angeles Rams, San Francisco 49ers, Atlanta Falcons, Carolina Panthers, and New Orleans Saints.
In the West? This is just...
And then
this
your
I'm calling
NFC
shenanigans.
East was the Philadelphia Eagles, Washington Commanders, New York Giants, Arizona Cardinals,
One more?
and
This
Dallas
is-
Cowboys.
And Dallas Cowboys.
I don't know why they're not listed on here on the actual NFL site. The Cowboys are not in the standings at all.
They were that bad in 2001. They were just like, we're not putting them in the standing.
But yeah, that was your NFL
Wild
2001. Wild time. I do think the Cowboys were pretty bad that year because that was the start of the Eagles' run with Andy Reid as the head coach. Yeah, the Cowboys were 5-11 in 2001.
Yeah, that's
Terrible.
Oh, I think they traded Emmitt Smith too, or he signed with the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's right around that
Hilarious.
time.
That is hilarious. Yeah, the division winners that year were the Patriots, the Steelers, the Raiders, the Rams. That was great, a show on turf. Chicago Bears, Philadelphia Eagles.
Ooh, Pats won the division with Bledsoe.
Yeah, it went 11-5,
Okay.
had the tiebreaker over the Dolphins.
Interesting. Oh, it's always interesting to see what life would be like without Tom. You know, I don't know. It's something to ponder up in New England. I know things would be a little different in Philly.
Yeah. Well, it all worked out because 2017 was a great year. But time to get revenge on Jonathan Gannon and the Cardinals.
Thank God.
Because I'm tired of this narrative that, and sure, are the Eagles in great shape defensively right now? Absolutely not. Like, there's some scheme things and some just, like, very, like, weird stuff going on with the defense. But I'm tired of this narrative that I see getting pushed from Cardinals fans and some Eagles fans talking about how, oh, we didn't know what we had till it was gone. Jonathan Gannon was the reason the defense was so good, blah, blah, blah. Buddy, sure. The Eagles had a historic defense last year. Everything went right for them. Everyone stayed healthy last year. Let's not get that twisted.
That's insane.
Jonathan Gannon was more worried about taking an interview for a head coaching job than game planning and preparing for the goddamn Super Bowl. Let's not lose sight of that. Let's not lose sight of the fact that this guy was ready to bounce after the 2 weeks prior, after kicking the ever-living shit out of the San Francisco 40 Whiners. He was like, I'm not leaving no matter what, blah, blah, blah. And then he's on the side flirting with the Cardinals and saying, yeah, I'll come in. I'm going to be in Arizona anyway. Let's do the interview now. And then they get flexed with tampering, and we lose the Super Bowl because Jonathan Gannon was not prepared defensively to play the ultimate game if you're an NFL coach. Let's not lose sight of that.
No, my thing with that is, wouldn't it make more sense to show off to the team that you're impressing? Like, I'm going to win a Super Bowl, but I'm going to prepare for it and take 2 weeks. So that shows, accountability, reliability. And then you go out and win the thing. Take the job afterwards. I feel like I want to ask, is that okay with you? Like, is that your feeling there? Like, if he took,
like,
you'd
I
be
don't
like,
care.
you know what,
I don't
good
care
shit.
that he took the job. Like, whatever. Like, cool.
Yeah, okay. That's what I just
That
wanted.
happens for teams that are good. Like, you lose
Okay,
your
good.
coordinators.
Good, yeah.
But it's the way that he went about taking the job that is frustrating. Because if he's locked in just an iota more, we could be talking about right now, like, this Eagles team is potentially trying to repeat as Super Bowl champions rather than James Bradbury getting cooked this year, and it all started when a holding penalty was called that ultimately led to the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. Like, I hate the way he went about it. I hated his whole demeanor. His face just annoys me now. Anytime I see him, he's just so cringe. And I want the Eagles to go out on Sunday at Lincoln Financial Field, and I want them to view every person on the field that is wearing an Arizona Cardinals jersey just with Jonathan Gannon's face, and remember what he did to you. Remember what he did. If you were on that team last year that won the NFC, that went to the Super Bowl, that you were moments away from potentially winning a Super Bowl, I want every member of that defense to look at Kyler Murray, to look at that offensive line, to look at whoever's running the ball, to look at the scrapyard of wide receivers that the Cardinals have. I want you to look at them and just see Jonathan Gannon's derpy-ass face and absolutely light that team on fire. Obliterate them, ruin any and all hope they have. I hope the Cardinals end up winning next week so that they ruin their draft position even more and they don't get Marvin Harrison Jr. because they don't deserve Marvin Harrison Jr. I stand by the fact that the Arizona Cardinals, as long as Jonathan Gannon is their head coach, because Jonathan Gannon does not deserve happiness so long as he is a coach in the NFL. He does not deserve to smile. And if you play for the Cardinals, if you're a Cardinals fan, I'm sorry, you don't deserve happiness either. Because Jonathan Gannon is a snake, he's a traitor, he's a loser. And so long as he is the head coach, I hope the Cardinals never have success.
Well said. Honestly, I'm ditto for different reasons, but ditto.
I can't stand them. Their jerseys are hideous.
Oh, I have my own. If you want me to go there,
they butchered those jerseys.
Listen, if you want me to go in about the Arizona Cardinals and how fraudulent they are, I'll sit up, and the champ will speak. But I don't want to go that far. It's gonna get loud. I keep my thoughts. I don't like Arizona. I don't like it right now.
They're a loser franchise.
They are. They're 1,000% a loser franchise.
Poverty franchise at that, because when they released Zach Ertz had to give money back.
Yeah, and the fact that they're the oldest or second oldest team in the entire NFL and have zero to show for it, what are you doing?
Frauds.
Like nothing. You've not had a homegrown quarterback. Your only Super Bowl was on the back of the man who led the greatest show on turf, but old age got ahead of him. And guess what? You were a play away. That's destiny saying that you need to have your own guy, and you can't develop that. I don't care how good you think Kyler Murray is. He isn't it. Okay, he is not it, and it's mind-boggling how you think Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to fix that. It's not. It starts from within if you want change.
It starts with the offensive line, first of all, and they've never given Kyler Murray a competent offensive line ever. So he's never going to succeed so long as he's behind that absolute terrible offensive line. And am I the biggest Kyler Murray fan? No, I think he's a good quarterback. I don't think he's great.
He's a Madden quarterback.
I think he can do some fun things if he has the right pieces around him. And it starts with an offensive line. The Eagles have proven that year in and year out. You win in the trenches. This Eagles team needs to absolutely... This needs to be a statement win for the Eagles in a sense that we have one double-digit win this year. Oddly enough, came against the Miami Dolphins, a team that is notorious for putting up points. That's the only time the Eagles have won by multiple scores this year. Every other game has been a single-score game. The Eagles need to make this a statement game. You cannot win this game by 5 points and feel good about going into the playoffs.
No.
You need to take it to this Cardinals team who right now, I don't even know what their record is. I know it's like 3 and something or 4 and something.
Yeah, it's not good.
Cardinals, let's see. NFC. Cardinals are 3-12. You cannot beat a 3-12 football team by a single-digit score and feel good going into Week 18 in a potential opportunity where you're playing for the 1 seed. Let's not forget that either. Like, if the Lions lose one of their next 2, the 49ers lose one of their next 2, and the Eagles win out, they're the 1 seed.
Yeah, like, And the Lions have looked pretty damn good. Like, they've looked pretty damn good so far. And they've had some statement wins right now. The Eagles need one, too.
And, like, not that the Cardinals are a statement win, but, like, show the city, show your fans, show yourselves that you can beat a piss-poor team, like through the floorboards. Like, beat the ever-living shit out of them. They're 3-12. They stink. They don't have any receivers. This is a game you want James Bradbury to have like a highlight game. It should be in this one because the Cardinals don't have a single competent wide receiver.
Marquise Brown is heading Scottsdale Brown is
he's out.
That's what I was.
Am I supposed to believe Greg Dortch is going to, all pun intended here, torch us? I mean, he could because James Bradbury's been absolutely terrible. Torch Dortch. Like, shut down Trey McBride, shut him down, and you win this game. It's that simple. Avonte Maddox is going to be back, which is huge for the secondary. Kelly Ringo's been playing out of his mind as a rookie. What a fucking steal of a draft pick he was. The fact that you let a Georgia Bulldog defensive back fall to the 4th round, thank you, NFL.
That's incredible.
The Eagles need to take it to the Cardinals and show themselves that they can win a game handily at home and give themselves an opportunity next week to be playing for the 1 seed when you play against whoever's going to be quarterbacking the New York Giants at MetLife.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not easy for the 49ers down the stretch here. And it's not easy for the Lions down the stretch.
No, the Lions do not have a cakewalk end of the year. I know that.
The Lions, we're recording this on Saturday. The Lions are playing Saturday Night Football against the Cowboys in Dallas.
That's not an easy game. As much shit as we give Dallas on here.
For either team, it's not an easy game. Like, that's going to be a slugfest.
Oh, see, they have Cowboys and Vikings to end the year. I think Vikings a must win. But the
Vikings are playing for a playoff spot. Like, they're not going to fold over and just quit.
Shockingly, the Vikings are still fighting.
So that's 2 games the Lions have that are going to be very difficult and could easily lose one of 2, if not both. Not saying they will.
Could. No, they could.
But it's one of those things that, like, it's not a given. The 49ers, to end the season,
Commanders,
they are at Washington. I mean, Nick Bosa's already going to be having his brain in other spots because they're in Washington.
Flashbacks.
He's going to have flashbacks. He's going to be walking around with his head on a swivel because they're coming after everybody from J6. And I mean, they're playing right. They're playing a week before J6. You don't think Nick Bosa's got other things on his mind?
He might. Hey, he's gonna be looking at the shoulder.
And then they got to play. So not only are they on a short week, bunch of injuries in that game against the Ravens that they got absolutely pulverized in. Then they're flying to Washington, playing on that dog shit field. Who knows what could happen there? Not that we ever wish for injuries, but that field is terrible. Then you got to fly back across the country and play the Rams, who are also in a position where they're fighting for a playoff spot and are not going to fold over. And it's a division rival. The 49ers could easily lose one of those games, potentially.
Yeah, the
Eagles have the easiest path. The Eagles have the easiest path. All they have to do is win against a 3-12 Cardinals team and a dog shit New York Giants team that are out of the playoffs pretty much.
Hold on, NFC. Why won't let me go to the NFC? I'm trying to. Oh, there we go. All right, so there's 3 spots left. Yeah, and you have the Bucks, like you Rams are 8-7 fighting for playoff spots. Seahawks, Vikings are on the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. Like,
yeah. So literally, let's say the Lions win against the Cowboys, right? Then let's say the 49ers beat Washington. Eagles beat the Cardinals. Things kind of stay the same. 49ers would be the 1 seed going into Week 18. Lions would be the 2 seed. Eagles would be the 3 seed. Then we go to Week 18. Let's say the Vikings. They take down the Lions. The Lions then get bumped to the 3 seed.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles take care of business, beat the Giants. 49ers lose to the Rams. Eagles are your 1 seed, 49ers are the 2 seed, Lions are the 3 seed. Literally all the Eagles have to do is win out and hope
win.
both of those teams lose one of their next 2.
Dude, just win, baby. That's all you need to do.
And in a flip-flop scenario, if the Lions win out, the Lions would be the 1 seed, Eagles would be the 2 seed, 49ers would be the 3 seed. In that same scenario where the 49ers lose one of 2.
Okay. A lot of possibilities.
The 1 seed is very much up for grabs. And it's
Very
going to be a
much so.
wild time, and it all starts with the Eagles kicking the ever-living shit out of the Arizona Cardinals.
Let's bring in the new year the right way.
It's just fucking win by multiple touchdowns, please.
Just win, baby.
NFL's going to be wild this week, though, as game-wise, we already had the Browns clinch a playoff spot with a win over the Jets. Joe Flacco.
Joe fucking Flacco. That dude is timeless. Timeless Joe Flacco.
The pride of South Jersey, baby.
Of course he is.
Avalon.
Dude.
Joe
what
Flacco.
Joe Flacco. Oh, I got to get that accent better, but Flacco.
Lions, Cowboys in Dallas on Saturday night.
Dude,
Saturday night football.
One pride, baby. All right. I need my Motor City Kitties. Okay.
Here's my thing too. Everyone on the timeline talking about, oh, we need the Cowboys to beat the Lions, blah blah blah, for the 1 seed and everything. No, you need the Lions to lose one of 2. Over my dead body will I be ever rooting for the Dallas Cowboys to win a game.
I would actually have to call you out and humiliate you if you were rooting for the Cowboys.
Shot.
Dude, in what world? That would be like a Red Sox fan rooting for the Yankees to win.
Literally.
Are you going to do that? Fuck no.
No.
I don't even wear a goddamn Yankee hat. I get why Ben Affleck refused to wear a Yankee hat in Gone Girl. I get it, man.
There's no shot.
You don't
root for the Cowboys.
You
root for the Vikings to win next week.
Fine. I get it.
If you're an Eagles fan, that's what you do.
Yeah,
you root for the Lions to win. You want the Cowboys just humiliated. And then next week, you root for the Vikings to beat the Lions. This week, is it okay to root for the Commanders to beat the 49ers? Yeah, because it's not as heated
it's not the
as Cowboys. It's not the Cowboys. It's not the Giants. Are the Commanders a rival? Yes. But right now, in 2023, the 49ers are more of a rival to the Eagles in terms of a conference rival than the Commanders are in their current state.
I find
so it's okay to root for the Commanders to beat the 49ers because not only would it be hilarious.
I like the Orioles.
Not only would it be hilarious, but it's also helpful to the Eagles.
Dude, it's a win-win. I don't know what we're doing.
But we don't root for the Cowboys. It's go Lions tonight. Shout out to the Lions. Do the damn thing.
Motor City Kitties, baby.
And then next week you root for the Vikings to beat the ever-living piss out of them, and we move from there. Rest of the NFL slate, Titans, Texans. Could either be a battle of Will Levis, C.J. Stroud, or Case Keenum versus Ryan Tannehill. Two polar opposite ends of the spectrum.
That's like having 2 portals. Just walk through a portal. Just see what are you going to walk into.
The gross game of the weekend is Falcons at Bears.
Dude, has there been a game that's ended in a tie this year?
Don't think so.
I think we need to end the year or start the year with a tie.
That would be hilarious.
And of all teams to do it, Bears, Falcons. Give me a 3-3 tie.
Ugh, gross.
Give it to me.
Then we have fun game. Dolphins at Ravens. Battle for the 1 seed in the AFC.
Dude, that's called points. We call that game points.
I thought we were going to say porn, and I was going to be like, valid.
No. Well, that too. That's football porn.
That's probably best game of the 1:00 slate, hands down. Then we have Saints at Buccaneers, Patriots at Bills. Bills fighting for their playoff lives against your boys.
We're going to if I know Bill Belichick, we're going to humiliate them.
Cardinals at Eagles. Go Birds. Then we have the Kiddie Bowl. You know, you have Puppy Bowl on Super Bowl Sunday. You have the Kiddie Bowl. Panthers at Jaguars.
That's just a gross game in so many ways, especially with Trevor Lawrence not even playing. And then
CJ Beathard versus Bryce Young.
Oh, my God, dude. This has been the worst year ever for quarterbacks.
So bad.
Like, you got to be grateful or even blessed if you're from Philly that you have Jalen Hurts.
Yep. Like Eagles, Cowboys, Lions,
Texans.
Well, even CJ's missed time.
Oh, true. Has Baker missed time?
No.
The next person that calls me stupid for wanting Baker Mayfield on the Patriots is getting the title to the head. I'm sorry, but you just...
I'm trying to think of other teams. Bills,
Josh Allen,
Chiefs.
Lamar missed time? I don't think
Lamar has not. Ravens, Dolphins. Like there's like a small pocket of like 10 to 12 teams maybe that have had their quarterback. The rest of the league, it's been like, oh my God.
What a shit show.
And then you got the whole Russell Wilson situation in Denver. Good grief. I feel bad for him, man.
Yeah, when I found out that, what the whole entails, you do feel bad. Like, they're fighting for a playoff spot.
And, like, he's played way better than he did last year.
Yeah, you can't.
Like, has he been phenomenal? No, but, like, he's been serviceable and good.
Well, he's fighting for a playoff spot. That's all you want at the end of the day. And last year, they would have prayed for just something.
Yeah.
You could tell there's a difference with Sean Payton. I get it. You know, it wasn't the best decision overall, but I think it worked. And you got the team to where you wanted it to be. Now you're just being petty.
Would you take Russ on the Patriots next year?
Yes. Yes, because he would work with Bill Belichick. Russ is all about, I think, on that stature where he would appreciate Belichick, where a lot of guys in the league or past guys like hate on him just because of how much he beat them. But then you have guys that no matter win or lose, they respect Belichick for who he is. And I mean, look at Randy Moss, what happened when he came and just the transformation he had. I think you put Russ in this offense, he's someone who has enough experience, one, but two, high IQ, where if the play fumbles in front of him, he's not Mac Jones in his third year with 3 offensive coordinators or Bailey Zappi. You know, he can actually figure out a way to move the ball forward, even if he has to do it with his legs.
Yeah.
Get him
rest of the schedule: Raiders at Colts.
That's just a good game. It's gross, but it's a good team.
It's a game.
It's a game. It's another game.
Rams at Giants, 49ers at Commanders, Steelers at Seahawks, Bengals at Chiefs, Chargers at Broncos, and then the nightcap, Sunday Night Football to lead you into the ball drop, Packers at Vikings.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if Jake Browning just upset the Chiefs? I think that would be absolutely.
I would love it because I bet early in the season it's still alive that I need the Bengals to win out because I had the Bengals, the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Eagles to all win 10+ games in a parlay. Chiefs need to win one of two. I need the Bengals to win out, and then I need the Bills. I don't know what their record is. I need the Bills to win one more. So if the Bengals win out, Chiefs win Week 18, and then the Bills win one of two, it hits because the Eagles already have 10 wins.
After that performance he had against Minnesota,
I'm
all in on Jake Browning. I'm all in on this dude. screaming at the camera. Oh, screaming at the cameras. Don't you fucking cut me. That's love it. Love that attitude.
So the NFL should be fun this weekend. A lot of frisky, a lot of movement in the postseason picture could definitely happen. But we'll shift gears as we got a little bit of baseball news. And it is brought to you by our pals over at Tomahawk Shades, the best small batch eyewear in the game. From sunglasses to blue light glasses to prescription lenses. And for all you snow sport enthusiasts, they got the ski snow goggles available now. And Tomahawk Shades is providing the best eyewear for a fraction of the price of the big eyewear companies. Why are you going to spend $300 on a pair of sunglasses when you can get the same quality sunglasses, same style of sunglasses, for like 1/10 the price? Pitsy wears Tomahawk Shades. I wear them. DJ wears them when he's coaching. We wear them all the time. The blue light glasses are a lifesaver when I'm editing, when I'm watching, a bunch of shows, bunch of sports on TV to protect my eyes from those harsh blue light rays. Tomahawk Shades had you covered. Go to tomahawkshades.com or download the Tomahawk Shades app in the Apple App Store, Google Play Store. And when you go to checkout, when you have your cart all filled up, use code USP for 25% off your order at tomahawkshades.com or in the Tomahawk Shades app. That's USP at checkout in the code section for 25% off your order from tomahawkshades.com or in the Tomahawk Shades app. Pitsy, your Red Sox making moves in the baseball world. A couple dominoes here before the new year have fallen. Lucas Giolito signs with the Red Sox, a 2-year, $38.5 million deal with an opt-out after the first year, which ultimately means Reynaldo Lopez, you are a Boston Red Sox, because I don't know if you know this, Giolito, former Washington Nationals prospect, as was Reynaldo Lopez, they were both traded to the Chicago White Sox for Adam Eaton in a deal years ago. Mm-hmm. So they were traded together. Then Giolito, Reynaldo Lopez were both traded to the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim this past season together.
Mm-hmm.
When the Angels were trying to make that all-in push to make the playoffs, and it ultimately crumbled and failed.
Oh, yeah.
Giolito, Lopez, and a bunch of other guys were then put on waivers, and then you could pick them up, whatever. Both guys were picked up by the Cleveland Guardians. They've been on the same team their entire major league career, from Nationals farm system to the Chicago White Sox to the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim to the Cleveland Guardians. He's got to be a Red Sox. You can chalk it up.
At some point, we'll find him in our system.
He will be a free agent signing for the Boston Red Sox. I can almost guarantee it. I'm going to see if he's still available.
They got to be best friends at this point.
He's with the Braves right now. So Red Sox are probably going to make a trade for him. Let's just put it that way.
I mean, they already did trade with the Braves. Why not just say, call back? Hey,
we need Reynaldo.
We need one more. I like to add to my order.
So, yeah. Red Sox also trade Chris Sale to the Atlanta Braves.
Woo!
With cash.
Yeah! Get the fuck out of here, Sale. I'm so sick of your ass falling off bikes and costing me playoffs. I know that what you did in 2019 or whatever was special, but everything has a time and place, and buddy, your time and place is long gone.
Traded to the Atlanta Braves for Vaughn Grissom, who famously, his last at-bat in a Braves uniform will be a strikeout looking on a filthy pitch from my boy Matt Strahm to send the Phillies back to the NLCS. I think Vaughn Grissom's a very good player. I think he's a solid young core piece for a Red Sox team that's looking to get back on track. He's got 6 years of club control, so he's going to be a Red Sox for quite a while. I'm just glad he's off the Braves, because he was one of those Braves players that's like, where the fuck do they get these guys? Where do they keep coming from? And I can't wait for Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber and Alec Boehm and Nick Castellanos and Brandon Marsh and Trey Turner and JT Realmuto and Bryson Stott and Christian Pache, Johan Rojas, and Garrett Stubbs, and every Phillies player on the 40-man roster to light Chris Sale up and just hit dingers off of him. It's going to do miracles on me, and I can't wait. He's going to hunt Blooper for sport. Chris Sale is going to hunt Blooper for sport. They're going to do the freeze race that they do in Atlanta, and Chris Sale's going to be running after Blooper instead of racing with the freeze.
I will have. I'm gonna.
Chris Sale's gonna set up bear traps in the Brave Stadium, trying to catch Blooper, and then hunt him down for sport.
So this it's gonna be interesting now that Sale is in the NL. My theory about pitchers that pitch in the AL, when they go to the National League, they have a better year.
Well, I hope that's not the case for the Phillies.
Me, you know what? For me, I hope. I just want to see. Yeah, for me too. For me too. I can't go on anymore. We'll get canceled.
The Phillies video yearbook is coming out. I can't wait to absolutely sob and cry watching it. I know a lot of people are like, "What's the point?" You know, we lost. Who cares, bro? The video yearbooks are the perfect way to end the year, like the calendar year, every single time. This one, it's titled "Brotherly Love." It's narrated by Trey Turner. You're telling me I'm not going to be out here sobbing with a box of tissues next to me listening to Trey Turner narrate a season where he got a standing ovation from a full Citizens Bank Park to fix his season, and then he turned it around and had a phenomenal season the rest of the way? Yeah, you're kidding yourself if I'm not going to sit down and watch that.
I'll tune in.
Plus, the Phillies were fun this year. Like, I'm so tired of. Yes, was it a failure that we didn't get back to the World Series and win the World Series? Sure. But the 2023 Phillies were fucking fun, guys. And we can't, deny that from ourselves just because we didn't end up winning the World Series. This team was fun. The vibes have never been better the last 2 years. And it's only going to continue, and it's going to get us hyped up. We hit the baseball equinox this past week, where it's less days now until spring training.
Ooh.
We're very close. We're so close. And, this team is going to be good again in 2024. Let's not lose sight of that. And the Phillies video yearbook is going to make me absolutely sob 1,000 sobs. And I'm hoping I somehow find my way in it because I was at the stadium so much this year with our partial season ticket plan.
I wouldn't be shocked at this point if you were in it with the amount of times you sent me. You were at the stadium or just
amazing.
videos I
Shout out to Dave Katai.
The
He's the Phillies video producer, and he put together the trailer, and I think he's put together the yearbook. So shout out to my guy. But yeah, nothing really on the Phillies front in terms of free agency other than John Heyman, who, oddly enough, for all Phillies fans out there, I know it's weird to come to terms with this. John Heyman, if it's coming from him on a national report about the Phillies, it's 99.9% the truth. John Heyman is weirdly plugged in with the Philadelphia Phillies on a national level. I don't know how or why, where it's come from, but over the years, John Heyman broke the Bryce Harper signing, broke the Trey Turner signing. He is very plugged in with the Phillies organization. So if you're seeing news from John Heyman, there's some truth behind it one way or another. He said this week, I don't know if it was on MLB Network or on his podcast, that the Phillies are still in the mix for a top-of-the-line starter, including Blake Snell and Jordan Montgomery.
Ooh, that'd be pretty big. Snell's a good arm.
I personally would take Jordan Montgomery over Blake Snell simply because of Jordan Montgomery's ability to go deep into games. He can go 7-8 innings. You saw it in the postseason this year with the Texas Rangers, and that dude shoves in the postseason. Mm-hmm. He's a dog. Blake Snell's very good. He just cannot go deep into games for whatever reason. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's because he's a product of the Tampa Bay Rays system and they don't really let pitchers go deep into games, but Blake Snell does not pitch 7 innings every time he's out. You're lucky if he gets 5 every other time out. And I don't want to also have to sign Gary Sanchez as a personal catcher for Blake Snell, because that's when he turned things around with the Padres last year, is when Gary Sanchez came into the mix. I don't want to have to do that. I'd rather have Jordan Montgomery. He's a lefty as well, which I think is huge. And then
Do you
can
guys have a
kinda
lot of
go-
lefties on the?
we have one in the rotation, Ranger Suarez.
I like you gotta have two.
But I think if you can go Wheeler, Montgomery, Nola, Suarez, Taijuan Walker as your 1 through 5, that's
Yeah,
pretty
because
nice.
you got to go right, left, right, left. I think that's a good strategy
That's
for building
pretty
a
nice.
rotation. Yeah, and the star power there too.
Phillies are still looking for an outfielder. I'm still very much confused. I don't know if we talked about this or if it was Matt and I who talked about it. A couple weeks ago, Jock Peterson just randomly posting on his Instagram story, where should I sign this offseason? And he was on vacation. And then on his grid on Instagram, actual post, picture of him with the Fanatic, caption, "It's always sunny in Philadelphia," dancing on my own as the music on the post. Allegedly, the Phillies and Jock Peterson have not talked to each other this offseason at that point. Go sign Jock Peterson.
Yeah, bro.
Go sign Jock Peterson to be your left fielder. Like, he seems like a vibes guy. He seems very fun.
Yeah,
He seems very like easy to root for. He's still very good. Hits for power. Plays good defensive outfield, and you put him in left field at Citizens Bank Park. It's not that much room to cover either. I'm very much on the train that the Phillies need to sign Jock Peterson to be their starting left fielder on opening day.
You need to have a vibes guy if you're a baseball team.
And we have the chief vibes officer in Garrett Stubbs. He is the ultimate vibes guy. He needs a vice president. He needs a VP of vibes.
Every president needs a VP.
The Chiefs vibe, the CVO needs a VP VO.
He was playing music. He's playing their song. He was playing your song.
And who's the guy that has the playlist in the clubhouse, Patty Pitts? Oh, that's right, Garrett Stubbs.
Oh.
It's his playlist.
I feel like
Jock Peterson needs to be a Philly in 2024.
I feel like we're just connecting dots right now.
Like, really it just makes too much sense. And it's not that I don't want Christian Pache playing all the time. Like, I think he's a fantastic player. He's great defensively. I just think he's better in a platoon type of situation, being your fourth outfielder almost. And it lets Brandon Marsh play center field every day, which I think he's better suited for. Not that he's a bad left fielder. I just think he can cover more ground in center field and be a perennial Gold Glove center fielder. Then you have Pache off the bench defensively, however you want to play him, and then Jock Peterson. Or you let Pache play left field, and then Jock Peterson's your outfielder off the bench. Because the Phillies drastically need to improve their bench bats also, in my opinion. One way or the other, you're improving if you sign Jock Peterson. And then just go sign a closer. Go get a closer. That's all I'm asking, is a closer and Jock Peterson. And the offseason will be awesome, especially if you get Jordan Montgomery.
Man.
Jomo, Jock Peterson, closer. 2024 wish list for the Phillies.
3 things the Phillies need. There you go.
There it is. Let's shift gears to the hardwood, the 76ers. It is brought to you by our pals over at Kenwood Beer, the official beer partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia. It's a refreshing light beer, just 4.1% ABV, 120 calories, only 8 grams of carbs. You can get it at the Wells Fargo Center as well. So tap in there if you're over at the Wells Fargo Center. And you can go to kenwoodbeer.com and use the Kenny Finder to see who has it on tap in your area if you're in Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, New Jersey, or Maryland. See who's got it on tap. Go drink a refreshing ice-cold Kenny on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. And you can also get it at your local liquor store in those markets. And also check out their storefront on their website because they got these awesome pint glasses that I absolutely love. They got some awesome Kelly Green merch as well. KenwoodBeer.com. Must be 21 or older to do so. And, of course, please drink responsibly. Pitsy, big win for the 76ers. 3rd straight game without Joel Embiid on this road trip.
Crazy
win.
They
come back. Big-time win against the Houston Rockets on Friday night. And, man, I got to say, the Sixers vibes. You want to talk about the vibes? Their vibes are true to roof. A big-time win, like I mentioned, 131-127. Came all the way back. Tyrese Maxey, 42 points in this game, had 27 at halftime. Tobias Harris, another 20-point game with 22. Kelly Oubre with 13. DeAnthony Melton with 15. And the North Philly dog, Marcus Morris Sr., 14 points.
And the biggest shot of the game. The biggest shot of the game. Dude, Maxey goes up, swatted. And then Pat Bev. All right, I'm hopping on or inching my way on the Pat Bev train with a marvelous pass over to Morris, who not only hits a 3 and 1. Bro, that was a hell of a play. And Van Fleet killed you guys all night too. So that was a big win to sneak out of there.
It was a huge win for the boys. And, as Pat Bev says, the belt to ass tour continues. B2A, baby.
That's funny. That's good.
Sixers kick off a home and home against the Bulls tonight as we record this on Saturday at 8 o'clock in Chicago. And then they kick off the new year January 2nd at home against Chicago. But 3 straight wins without Joel Embiid is very impressive, especially in the way that they did them. 2 straight wins without Joel Embiid. They lost to the Heat on Christmas Day, but that game didn't matter because Jimmy Butler didn't play, Joel didn't play, so that game really just didn't happen. But the game very close. It was a 6-point game, and Maxey arguably had the worst game of his career. Shot like 4 of 20, and then bounced back. Boom, 2 straight wins now without Joel Embiid. Absolutely demolished the Orlando Magic, 112-92, and then you beat the Rockets 131-127. Take care of the Bulls on the road, and you finish this road trip 3-1. I think that's pretty damn good without Joel Embiid in the fold. And you're still third in the Eastern Conference right now at 22-9, only behind the Bucks by a game and a half and 3 games behind the Celtics. Sixers are hooping, man. The top of the East is a dogfight right now.
Oh, yeah. The East has been a dogfight for the past couple of years. Between the Celtics, Sixers, Heat. Solid.
And let's not forget now, the Knicks made a trade today. I don't know if you saw this.
I saw people tweeting about it. I didn't.
It came out of nowhere. It came out of nowhere. Why are we making trades on a Saturday before New Year?
Dude, I don't know. I was slinging the fish, and I just saw my guy at SNY, John Alba, tweet out the trade, and I was like, it's a Knicks trade. Cool, but why?
So the Knicks traded R.J. Barrett, Emmanuel Quickley, and a second-round pick to the Toronto Raptors for OG Anunoby.
Okay, I'm going to refer you to my first question. Why? What?
The Knicks right now are the 7 seed in the East. They are 17-14.
Hey, you're still in the playoffs or that fun little play-in they do?
The Raptors are kind of dead. They're 12-19, 4th worst team in the Eastern Conference. Only in front of, I should say, the 7-23 Charlotte Hornets, the 6-25 Washington Wizards, and the 2-29 Detroit Pistons, who took your Celtics to overtime.
Dude, don't even. We are a Philly show. We are talking Philly sports. I am just a representative. I am just a representative of the Patriot /Celtic /Boston sports peeps. I am here to talk Philly sports. And nothing but Philly sports. Maybe some Detroit Lions because Eagles. But no, we don't talk Boston. No. Don't bring that up.
They would have beat you in overtime.
If they I would have
I would have immediately FaceTimed you.
Yeah.
And screen recorded it.
I can't. We just don't know how to close games. It's so frustrating.
Oh, it's so funny.
We don't know how to close games. You have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And, fuck it. I'll throw Drew Holiday in there, too. At least if he'll drive to the net. But at least he's a guy who can kick out. I don't know what we're doing if we're taking the Detroit Pistons to the fucking limit.
But the Raptors make that trade, and apparently they're still open to talks on Pascal Siakam as well. So we'll see how that kind of shakes out.
I would love Siakam. He's like,
but OG Anunoby now goes to the Knicks, and I don't know if it makes the Knicks that much better. They kind of lose some bench depth with Emmanuel Quickley gone now.
You lose RJ Barrett.
But
good.
A lot of people that I follow have said They don't think OG Anunoby's going to be worth his second contract. Like, he's going to get big-time money. Now the Knicks are kind of on the hook for that. You're also not going to want to pay RJ Barrett a $25 million a year type of contract on his next contract. So both teams kind of in a weird situation there. I don't think the Raptors re-sign RJ Barrett, to be honest. I think that was just kind of a, hey, we'll take RJ, you take OG. I think OG Anunoby's a good player. He was, a dream trade for a lot of Sixers fans. I didn't really understand the fit too much. I think the Sixers are more, and we posted the clip today, Matt talked about it, like they're more looking for a secondary type of piece. And not that OG is like a secondary piece, but he's more of an enhanced secondary piece, if you will. Sixers are going to make some sort of like depth type of trade if they make one. Right now, I don't see a reason for the Sixers to truly make a trade unless it makes financial sense for them moving forward and opening up more cap space in the offseason. But right now, the vibes for this Sixers team are through the roof. I don't see why you'd want to make a trade to throw any of that off.
And do you need to make a trade? Like, do you have one position that you really need to build a depth at? Like, it just doesn't seem like, to me, from the outside looking in, it doesn't seem like there's a key hole that you're missing other than one that's just injured.
Sixers need some guard depth, which is easy to come by. You trade a couple second round picks, make a move here or there. It's nothing crazy. I mean, the one name that Matt said that he's heard linked to the Sixers, it's not necessarily a guard, but Gordon Hayward is potentially a Sixers target.
He could play a flex too
to come from the Hornets, so we'll see. But that's really all they need is a little bit of guard depth behind Maxey, because there is a drop off there without Tyrese Maxey, if he's ever not in the lineup from a guard standpoint. Because guard wise, you have Maxey, you have Jaden Springer, who's kind of like a hybrid, like shooting forward almost. DeAnthony Melton's your shooting guard, and then you have Pat Bev.
Yeah, so you don't need it, but it would just be helpful.
But, if you ever have like an injury pop up or something, you're going to.
That's what I mean, helpful. At least you know what you're getting rather. Yeah. With that experience too.
We'll see how it shakes out. I mean, I don't think the Sixers are in a mode where they need to make any drastic type of moves like they did in years past, which is nice. That's a nice feeling to know. And I think the vibes are just good. Like, there's videos of like Tobias Harris and Tyrese Maxey and Kelly Oubre doing like handshakes on the court and like smiling and laughing, and like that's the vibes we need. Those are the vibes this team needs.
Biggie, they need a good vibes for a playoff, I'm telling you.
And I mean, we'll see how it shakes out with the trades and everything. But the Sixers are playing good ball, even without Embiid. Hopefully he's back when they get back home on January 2nd against the Chicago Bulls. But let's talk some Flyers. Some Flyers Hawks.
You want to do my power rankings first? Or are we...
Yeah, let's do your power rankings, actually. Brought to you by W Energy. Keeps Pitsy energized all year long. It's a refreshing and clean energy made from coffee fruit extract, delicious flavors, no jitters, no crash. Keeps you going. They're working on their canned formula, which I can't wait to try.
I can't wait for that. That's going to be sick.
They got their hydration, non-caffeinated flavors available as well. Awesome merch. They also have a new app that you can download, and they have exclusive things that you get just for being in the app. Go to w.gg or download the app, fill up your cart, get everything you need, and use code UNDERGROUND for 10% off your order. Easy and effective way to support us, cleans up your energy game, and keeps you going when you're on the move or when you're thinking of power rankings going into the new year. That's w.gg or download the W app in the App Store. Use code UNDERGROUND for 10% off your order. Pitsy, I'm going to give you the floor, and your music will be hit when you tell me to hit it, and then just give yourself a little 3-second buffer once you hear the music.
All right, Kyle, I'm ready. You can hit my music. It is time for Power rankings of the week, New Year's Eve edition. All right. Number 10, skydiving. Just no. All right. Who wants to jump out of a plane to start the year or even during a year? I'm good with my 2 feet on the ground. Number 9, new hairstyle. I feel like everyone tries to do new things with their hair in the new year. Like, oh, let me, change the color of it. Maybe wear it in this way. Just don't. All right. Your hairstyle is not the problem with your life. All right. Number 8, everyone says they got to get back to the gym. I'm going to go to the gym here. I'm going to go there, including the champ himself. All right. It's time to stop saying that and just do it. Okay. Number 7 goes with the gym. Diet. All right. Do you want to be eating junk all the time because then you're going to get big? And it's just, everyone says they're not going to eat. Diet starts tomorrow. Diet starts January 1st. Diet starts now. All right. Just do it. Number 6, I'm going to do a little project around the house. I feel like every year someone's like, oh, we're going to do this project, or he's got this going on in the backyard. Just maybe consult someone. Maybe ask someone else to do it, a professional. Oh, phone went here. Number 5, I should go. What? I should get to go. Oh, number 5. I think I should get to go out with this person, or let me go reconnect with this friend or whatnot. If they haven't reached out to you, don't reach out to them. All right? Think about yourself in 2024. Number 4, take that trip. All right? Just take the trip. Don't talk about it. Just do it. I feel that everyone needs a trip nowadays. All right? Go explore the world. Number 3, I'm done with him or her. Don't text your ex. Never text your ex. It's never a good idea. Go out and meet new people, because new people means new experiences. Number 2, this is the year I stopped doing blank. This is the year I stopped going out partying all the time. This is the year I stopped drinking as much or stop procrastinating. Just do it. All right, 2024 is the year of doing. Just go out and do it. Nike put it best. I don't need to repeat myself. And number 1, the most overused New Year's resolution I've ever seen. New year, new me. What does that even mean? What do you mean it's new about you? Like, I don't know. Just stick to one thing that you're going to focus on for an entire year and do it. And then other branches will stem off from it. All right? Enough of this new year, new me shit. All right? You're not a high school teen and you're not graduating. So get over it. That's it. That's all I got.
Run it back for the people. Give us 1 through 10 and let us hear them all.
1 through 10. We got number 10, skydiving. Number 9's that new hairstyle. Number 8's going back to the gym. Number 7, diet starts Jan 1. First off, you're going to pig out on Jan 1. Anyways, meanwhile, I'm going to do a house project. No, you're not. Number 5, I should reconnect with this person. Don't. Take that trip is number 4. I'm done with him or her. Don't text your ex. This is the year I stopped doing blank at number 2. And then number 1, new year, new me.
So there it is. There's Pitsy's Power Rankings heading into the new year, brought to you by W Energy. Pitsy, let's talk some Flyers hockey.
Yeah, dude.
Flyers get another point, losing overtime to the Seattle Kraken on Friday night. Unfortunate. It was one of those games that they felt like they were kind of just like slugging through. There's apparently a stomach bug going around the team, so they're not all like 100% healthy. Mm-hmm. A back-to-back as well, where they were in Canada on Thursday night. Then they had to go back across the border to Seattle Friday night. Great job, schedule makers. Great job. Just a brilliant job.
Canada?
And now they got to go back to Canada for New Year's Eve in Calgary. Great job, schedule makers.
What's making these schedules? Why wouldn't that doesn't logistically make sense? That would infuriate me. Literally. That would like really infuriate me if I was a player. Why couldn't we just play the teams in Canada and then go back? Like
they went.
I don't know.
They went
stuff
from
like that.
This is how it's been the last week. They went from Philly on Thursday, December 21st, to Detroit on the 22nd.
Okay.
Then they had Christmas break in the NHL. So then Thursday, December 28th, they're at Vancouver. Mm-hmm. Then yesterday, Friday, in Seattle. Then New Year's Eve in Calgary. January 2nd in Edmonton. And then January 4th back home in Philly for a 4-game homestand.
I'm looking at map of Canada right now because I think Calgary and Vancouver are like pretty close together. So why wouldn't you just have it like you know what I mean? Like
It's
what's the point
crazy.
of that?
It's crazy. It's crazy the
That
schedule
that
there.
is
Um,
that's
Flyers get a big win though on Thursday night against Vancouver, 4-1. Vancouver is the number one team in the Pacific Division. They have 49 points this year, tied with the Golden Knights. So to get that win was huge. A full win too to get those full points. Then you sneak a point on the back-to-back against the Kraken. You were up 1-0, so to lose that game is a little tough, but they slugged it out and salvaged a point there. Then you go to Calgary, a game which will be interesting because Calgary, not one of the best teams in the West this year. They're 14, 16, and 5, only 33 points. They're third from the bottom in the Pacific Division, a very winnable game for the Flyers if they keep playing the way they are, because right now the Flyers are tied for second in the Metropolitan Division with 43 points, as do the Islanders, only behind the New York Rangers. Flyers are 19, 11, and 5, 43 points. 106 goals for, 95 goals against. Steve and I talked about this on Wednesday night. This is the first time in a decade that the Flyers went into Christmas break with a positive goal differential.
in a decade?
Since 2007, I believe. So almost 2 decades. Decade and a half, pretty much.
That's terrible.
It's wild.
That's talk about a new beginning. This Flyers,
it's a new era of orange and black, baby.
It really is, man. That's
and
wild.
you know how I know we're back? This is how I know we're so back. Because my guy, I gotta find his Twitter handle. My boy, Ziggy Stardust himself, Will Castorina, Matt's brother. Big Flyers fan. Big Flyers fan he is.
Ziggy Stardust. I love it.
That's his display name on Twitter.
That's incredible.
So this is his tweet here. I gotta find it to let us know that we are so back. So a tweet from @FlyGoalScoredBy. Shout to Yo. Tweeted, hate to say it, it's painful to say it. I totally understand what saying this means, both to me and my family. The Flyers are fucking back. And my boy Will Castorina, Willie C, quote tweeted it and said, blowing the dust off a dirty box in the attic and opening it to find fireworks, 3 bottles of Everclear, and a pair of Pit Viper sunglasses. We're so fucking back.
We're so back. That is the
so back.
of
because if you know Will Castorina, Flyer seasons past, he'd do shots before games, during games, and after games to change the vibes for the teams. You tweet at him, yo, take one for me. He'd record it, put it on his Twitter. We're so back.
I need more of that content. I need that's the content I want to subscribe
We're
to.
so back.
Taking shots for the team, dude. He like basically just put a jersey on the kid.
Literally, he would wear the jersey, the Pit Viper glasses on, like ready to rock and roll.
He's the vibe. He's the vibes guy, just from afar.
He is truly the vibes.
That's
That's
a
how
vibes guy.
That's how I know the Flyers are back.
That's incredible.
The box is getting dusted off.
I love a good old pair of Pit Viper sunglasses too. It's awesome. I'm in.
I gotta get Will a pair of the Tomahawk Shades ones.
Oh, yes, you do.
Collab with the hockey guys.
Well, that's smart. That's a nice little pairing.
The Flyers, though, they seem to be back and not going anywhere anytime soon, and that is very, very fun, ladies and gentlemen. Some fun topics, though, here to close out 2023 and bring you into the new year. I saw this on the tweet machine. We have a graphic that'll be going up to kind of complement it. I want to pull up the original curator of said topic because this is such a true thing. This is from @Ava Tarrant on Twitter. They posted, I'm tired of keeping my mouth shut on this topic. We need to bring back physical tickets for sporting events. I could not agree more. Physical tickets are one of the coolest things that you could have for sporting events, for concerts. It is literally a built-in piece of memorabilia for that game, for that concert, that you will have with you always. And in the world of digital tickets, sure, there's a digital one on your phone, whatever it may be. It's not the same. You can't hold that.
Yeah.
Pitsy, I know you're on board with me with this. I know you agree. I know a bunch of our people that work for us agree with me on this. Physical tickets need to make a comeback.
1,000% do. I'd be a hypocrite if I said we should only have the digital. I think the digital should be an option. I think it's a great option. But there's nothing like the ticket, not only just the holding it, but I like the artwork that they used to put into it. Whether it be like a photo of something, from a past
the
game.
amount of Phillies tickets I have that have players on them with like sick poses.
Dude, I had a whole safe with tickets from all the games I went to when my dad would take me, thanks to the liquor salesman. I would literally go to the games, and it would be like, you get your ticket, you go in, you keep the ticket, you always remember it. I mean, I was going through it the day I moved into college, the day before I moved in college, and I saw some classic games I went to. Like, you get our memory as soon as you look at that ticket. Now you don't. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not looking at my ticket from War Games when I went when it came to Boston and thinking, oh yeah, remember that? No, because it's just hidden in an app, and it just got like generic background and logo.
Like what
and
I would
name.
give to have a physical ticket from the Bryson Stott Grand Slam game this postseason for the Phillies, for the Bryce Harper stare down game, for just any of the games I went to, my first season ticket game, to have that. Like, I have like this glass shadow box that my parents got me for Christmas one year to like store my physical tickets, and I have so many of them. Like, after we record this, I might like pull that out and like look through them, because there's some awesome ones in there. Like, there's Hall of Fame club tickets that I have from Phillies games that were given to me by different people when the Phillies stunk, and it was like, here you go sit in the Hall of Fame club. And it's like, hell yeah, physical ticket, like Ryan Howard on it, Jimmy Rollins on it, Roy Halladay, like,
and then you get that ticket signed.
It's so
that's your easy autograph.
It's so cool, man. And like
I'm
concert tickets,
right
concert tickets too. Like, that was always awesome to have. Like, going to a show, and it's like, oh, I remember, like, I went to this venue to see this artist. Like, even movie ticket stubs. Sure, they're little tiny ones, but like, they hold like valuable memories of an experience.
Oh, no. I am 1,000% with you there, because Matt Pitts has a Ziploc bag, or did, and it was all the movies that he went to.
That's so cool.
And you think of like me with wrestling and like sports, whatnot. Like, that's him.
That's your brother with movies.
That's me with him with movies. Like,
my sister still has her physical ticket from the final Harry Potter movie premiere.
Wow.
She has her first ticket stub from her and Matt's first movie
like
date.
The biggest Harry Potter fan.
Yeah, like massive.
Yeah.
Massive, as we say.
Massive.
She has their ticket stub of the first movie date her and Matt went on.
Oh, stuff
like that is cool.
I entered a relationship. Like, that's now you've given a relationship a memory, which is even more lasting. Like, for instance, it's funny, I actually clicked on this randomly, and it was the PLL ticket from when I went to that game. And dude, like, the generic ticket I'm getting, I'm not even going to show you. It's not even worth it. It's just a Canva layout of a ticket with generic rectangle background, and then it just says Gillette Stadium. There's no memory. Like, this, if I looked at this, like, if you look at the first glance, you're just going to think Gillette Stadium ticket. Oh, it's okay. Gillette Stadium ticket. Whatever.
And I know baseball does this. I don't know if the other sports do, but like, you can go onto your team's favorite website and you can purchase the physical ticket. But it's not the same.
No, it's not the same, but you're getting the hope alive.
It's not the same of like holding that ticket and scanning it at the stadium or whatever it may be. But like, we need physical tickets back.
Dude, we
Like,
need it back so
when we
bad.
have an eventual HQ, there's going to be a physical ticket stub like mural wall.
Everyone brings in their best ticket stub.
Like, we're gonna have that in
You have
a
to.
studio or in a hallway or something.
Dude, I'm actually gonna check too. I'm gonna be right there with you, checking if my safe.
We might go live on Instagram together and just go through our physical tickets.
Bro, I have some fucking good ones. I have the speaking of the Pistons and the Celtics. And losing. I have a ticket from my first Celtics game that I went to where they played said Detroit Pistons. It is the worst loss in franchise history. And I'll give you the year so you can get who's on the team. And by that I mean the Pistons team. 04. It's like 03-04.
The bad boys.
It's I saw Ben Wallace, Chauncey Billups, Rasheed Wallace, Tayshaun Prince, Rip Hamilton, like all those guys just absolutely obliterate my Celtics. See, that's a loss you could walk away from and be like, you know what? We lost to the bad boy Pistons. Not, holy shit, we barely beat the 2-win Pistons.
And like,
you can tell I'm not over.
I want to go online on like eBay and like find like memorable games that I was at. It may not be my ticket, but like find the physical ticket stubs because I'm sure people are selling them. Like, do you know how badly I want a pair of World Series tickets from 2008 because it was on my birthday?
Yeah, that would be fucking cool.
Like, that would be amazing to have. Like, there's like different games that I can like think of, like Roy Halladay's postseason no-hitter. To have a ticket from that would be amazing. Like, I wonder, we're going to do a live eBay search right now and see if any of these are for sale because it would just be so cool to have those. Like, that's such a collector's item.
Trying to think of like any memorable games I was at, like memorable games. And I can't really remember like any that I would want. I do want there's a ticket that should be in that safe of when I went to a Red Sox Yankees game, met a former Bruins goalie, and Ricky Henderson scored the game-winning run.
Wow.
Yeah, Ricky Henderson on the Red Sox. That was a weird time. I think what else was like nothing like memorable.
What is this? These are collectibles. I don't know if these are actual tickets, but they look cool. Like, these tickets look awesome.
Even if they're not Series, like the...
Oh, those are not what I was looking for. It's Game 6 tickets. So they may not... But, like... And, like, you can get, like, your tickets, like, PSA graded now, like... So that they're in, like, one of those, like, slabs.
Yeah, you need those.
It's just so cool. Like,
tickets
somehow, some way, I will get my hands on a pair of tickets from the 2008 World Series Game 5 because and like looking at like the artwork, that's one thing that needs to come back to is way better artwork for championship games. The Super Bowl logos, the World Series logo,
1,000%, dude. They're so
Stanley
default.
Cup, the NBA Finals, the MLS Cup, like even like college football bowl games. Some of them need better logos. Like we need to get back to like the late 90s to like 2000s run of championship game logos.
That's the one thing I feel that a lot of people who make the argument, oh, you always just want to revert back to the 90s or 80s. It's not that you want to revert back to it, but they had cooler, like, they had more creativity. Cool. It was cool. It actually popped out. It was different. You know, it didn't have to make sense to the eye and it's look like, you know, generic Super Bowl or playoff championship logo here. Like, it was chaotic, and that's what you want. You want to have, like, that's when it's at its best. I mean, let me just look at an example to it. Like Ducks logo. Like, dude, they don't make logos like that anymore. They don't. It's all the generic, same format, whatever. I mean, my SmackDown, dude, look at that. They don't. They don't make logos like this anymore.
We need a comeback of better logos.
Yeah, I don't know who's gonna kickstart it, but hopefully we got the conversation going.
So yeah, we need that for sure. The other thing I was thinking of, Pitts, because you're pretty much a regular now on this show,
At this
which
point,
is very fun. We'll talk about this as well on Wednesday's show with myself and Matt because we do it every year. But heading into 2024, this is brought to you by our pals over at FOCO, Forever Collectibles. Speaking of awesome logos and everything, FOCO has you covered with your Forever Collectibles from apparel. You saw the overalls I was wearing all Phillies season. They've got them for the Eagles. I'm sure once it gets closer, the Sixers will have them. The Flyers will have them. Bobbleheads are amazing, and they've got your collectibles covered that you can throw up on a shelf like you see behind me or on your body. Plus, they got those awesome like beach hats that you saw the Phillies wearing as their home run hat a couple years ago. That's FOCO. They got some awesome vintage stuff on their website as well that I know Pitsy and I have been eyeing up. Pitsy's going to get that captain's hat in 2024.
yeah,
It's bound to happen.
It's so funny. It's so it makes me just want. Yeah, I think we gotta do it.
Click the link in the description and support FOCO and check out all of their Forever Collectibles that they have to offer for your favorite sports teams. Go support our advertisers because they support us, and when you support them, you're supporting us. FOCO, they're the best in the game. Shout out to FOCO for sponsoring the podcast. Pitsy, it's something that I've thought about on this show where we've been very selective, and it has been years really since we've had one on this particular podcast because we kind of just keep it rolling. You know, it's me, you, Matt in a rotation. Matt and I on Wednesdays, you and I on Sundays typically. In 2024, give me your top 5 dream guests that you would want to have on the show with us.
Jason Kelsey. That would be amazing.
And they can be as attainable or as crazy. So, like, Jason Kelsey would be amazing. Will it happen? Who knows? But Jason Kelsey would be phenomenal.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the birthplace of it, so I don't think there'd be a better person for it. ECW, Paul Heyman. That's ECW was in Philly. It was started in Philly. I'm like 90% sure. So to have the quote, you have them on the show, Philly stuff, that'd be cool. Maybe this one's a little selfish, maybe not, but I am making a trip down to Philly. If anyone didn't know, WrestleMania is going to be at the link this year. Well, I hope I see Jason Kelsey there.
What?
Well, I would love that. I think I need to make I will be making a trip actually, but Underground Studios. I think recording something.
You'll be in studio.
Yeah,
sure.
but like recording a show there compared to doing it here, like it's just gonna be a really cool difference because we've been doing this in StreamYard. I think before this was Zoom, and to actually do it in person, it would actually feel like the next step in this whole thing. Like actually you're picturing it, doing it in person, and now you're actually doing it to see what it's like. And I'm very excited for that. I'm going to say this isn't that far-fetched, but Paul Rabel, I feel, that just needs to happen. I don't know why it hasn't yet.
And you're saying on this show?
Underground Philly, yes. I think that would be huge and fun. And I think that'd be a fun conversation.
Well, fun fact, we teased it in 2024, turn of the new year. Mike Rabel will be making his return on Outside the Box to kick off the new year. So
that's how you start strong. Trying to think like who else. No one really I can like that's like attainable. All mine are just, I think Jason Kelsey is my biggest like white whale for this show, for Underground Sports Philly. I think that would be insane. And then I don't really have any.
I'll have another top 5 on Wednesday for myself because obviously I'm on the show
Yeah.
every single week. But for right now, I'll give a 5 here as well. No particular order, but obviously Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper would be a dream come true on this show. Another guest that I would love to have on this show, Pink. She's from Philly.
Really?
Yeah, she's a Philly sports fan. I feel like she would be wildly entertaining to have a conversation with.
Oh yeah. Oh, I would
Wildly
like. I could have a conversation with Pink.
Number 3. I'm just going down the rundown here. Kate Scott, play-by-play announcer for the Sixers. She is a rock star, and like, just it needs to happen. Like, we would have so much fun with her on this show. She is electric. I need Kate Scott on Underground Sports Philadelphia. Trying to think.
Can I throw one out there? Jamil.
Don't worry, he'll be back.
All right, I'm just
He'll
throwing
be
out
back.
there. Scott Hansen.
Scott Hansen, yes, that is one. Yes.
I think we all.
That is a collective. We talked about that a couple weeks ago. Matt and I talking about that.
Oh my god!
He has an open invite anytime he wants to come.
Oh my god, that'd be so cool.
Scott Hansen is that is a collective group interview where like all of us would have to be on for that for sure. John Kruk.
John Kruk would be awesome.
John Kruk is a white whale for sure. 100% John Kruk.
John Kruk would be awesome. Pedro. I'd cry. Listen, there are only, I think, 3 athletes. Actually, I'll take that back. 3 people in general that if I met, I think tears would involuntarily just stream down my face. It's The Rock, Tom Brady, and Pedro Martinez.
Phillies
are the 3 are it's best of both worlds here. I mean, I think I would cry.
And I think another person I would love to have on the show, Questlove.
Yo, I would
Philly's
love
own.
to talk to Quest. He's Philly? I didn't know that.
Questlove and the Roots are from Philly, baby.
Oh, I love them. I'm a big Jimmy Fallon guy, so.
Yeah, baby.
I mean, clearly
Questlove
I
is
am.
Philly through and through.
Oh, I would love to talk to Quest.
I love
music
Questlove.
and stuff. I feel like he'd be so interesting to talk to. I mean.
And obviously I agree with Jason Kelsey. Lane Johnson, another one that I would love to have on this show. Slay. Would love to have Big Play Slay. The list goes on and on.
We could just be sitting here just.
I think 2024 will be a year where there will be more because in the history of this show, this particular podcast, there have been 6 guests. I want to say it's Jamil Demby. And I'm not talking like media members like calling in or anything like that. I'm talking guys. Jamil Demby. We had Will Parks when he was playing with the Eagles.
We did. I was in that
great
interview.
Shout
That
out
was
to my
so
boy
cool.
Philly Will.
Philly Will was cool.
We had Mike Scott, obviously, the legend himself.
Obviously.
And I think that was it.
I think that is it. I'm trying to think.
Cole Irvin. I knew I was forgetting. Cole Irvin was another one.
Oh yeah. I remember Cole Irvin.
In 2018, like when we were getting ready to trade for JT, and he was like getting ready for spring training. But those were like the big guests on like this particular show were Jamil, Cole Irvin, Mike Scott, Will Parks. It's been like 3 years since we've had an athlete guest.
Meek Mill.
Meek would be unreal. There. I do know, I can confirm in 2024, head coach of the Water Dogs, Andy Copeland, will be coming on the show. friend of the network, Andy Copeland.
And
So leave a comment in the YouTube comment section of who you would like to potentially see, no matter how big or small of a guest they are. Leave it in the YouTube comment section, because I would love to potentially have more guests on this show as we continue to grow in 2024 and beyond, and just grow our audience space even more. There was another thing that I wanted to talk to you about that I am totally forgetting what we said. We talked about the ticket stubs, which was a great conversation. Yes. Oh, I think we'll save it for Wednesday's show, because we'll have a whole collective, because who knows what's going to happen on New Year's Eve. But on Wednesday's show, we will have the best Philly sports moments of 2023 with myself and Matt on Wednesday night. So stay tuned for that. Hope everybody has a safe, happy, healthy, and enjoyable new year. You can get wild, but not too wild. Get wild, but not too wild.
Don't go too wild. All right. There's a limit to the nonsense.
Be wild responsibly. Responsible wild ability.
It's pretty doable. All right. It's pretty doable. If you wake up in your own bed, it's a good night.
That's a win.
That's a win.
We can't thank you guys enough, from myself to Matt to Dom, Dylan, obviously Pitsy being a mainstay now on this show on the weekends, to DJ, Christian, Ben, Steve, the whole crew, Casey and Owen obviously jumped on board in 2023. And, anybody that has, liked, commented, subscribed, followed, interacted, come out to an event this year. We can't thank you enough for your continued support. All of our sponsors, from the City of Vineland to PHI Apparel Company, Kenwood Beer, Tomahawk Shades, Dubby, Foco, Trophy Smack, the list goes on and on. That support is unreal. To obviously Security 21 Security Systems, Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated, who have been with us since the beginning. We're getting ready for year 6 of this whole podcasting journey. Rome wasn't built in a day, but it's crazy to see everything we've accomplished in a 5-year period, let alone what's going to be happening in this next half decade as we continue to grow. And hopefully, we inch closer and closer to this becoming our careers, because that is the ultimate goal. There's no reason that we would have started and gone this deep into everything if that wasn't the goal. And we can't do it without the people who listen and watch every single week, every single episode. So if you've tuned in even just once, thank you for your support. It's the reason that, I was able to find somebody like this guy that's sitting next to me here a couple of years ago, and, why we were able to bring somebody on board like Christian and bring on the F1 crew, and finding DJ by going out on the road and just...
That's the
crazy.
Most by chance shit
it's crazy
we've done. My story's cool, whatnot. No, DJ's is by far the most wild.
You're the lone survivor of your group of people that came in as creators. Christian's the lone survivor of interns, no longer an intern. And DJ was like a miracle delivered on a silver platter at a time where we needed a co-host full send on OTB, and here we are.
God works mysterious ways, man. So I'm telling you.
So
mysterious ways.
We're working on some big things in 2024. Up to Something season has a new wrinkle to it, and we're probably in phase 2 of Up to Something season, which is very exciting. But keep following, keep subscribing, and we can't do this without you guys. So keep it coming. We appreciate the ever-living hell out of everybody who supports Underground Sports Philadelphia and all of our shows and all of our content. Be sure to follow us on the socials at Underground PHI, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook.com/Underground Sports PHI. Follow Pitsy on Twitter at Pat_Pitts and at Pitsy35 on Instagram and Threads. Follow me on Twitter at KBICZL311 and on Instagram and Threads at KBICZLE11. Subscribe to the podcast feed on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. Leave a 5-star rating and review. It goes a long way for helping us continue to grow this thing, helps us continue to take this show to new levels, and as Jason Kelsey and Travis Kelsey say, new heights, and just, accomplish new goals and do dope shit with you guys. That's our ultimate goal. So keep subscribing on your audio platforms. Shout out to 3 of our shows right now on their respective charts. Top End's just a staple on the Greece soccer charts. They're still on there. It's been about a month.
They love them in Greece.
Shout out to the Getting the Whole podcast right now. Number 68 on the U.S. golf chart on Apple Podcasts, and number 154 on the Sweden golf podcast charts.
My Swedes!
And shout out to F1 Underground, also making it on their respective chart. As I pull it up here, they were on the chart this week for the Netherlands in sports. Shout out F1. We're making big strides, baby. That's what it's all about.
Maybe it's time for me to get my own show.
Hey, who knows?
Maybe we, I don't know. Maybe we just tease that for 2024.
There's a lot coming. 2024, you're gonna be in Philly. We're gonna be doing a whole bunch of fucking content in April when you're here. It's gonna be a wild time. I'm very excited for all the projects we have in 2024. But keep subscribing so we can accomplish them. And subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@undergroundsportsphiladelphia. We're at 706 subscribers right now. We need to get to 725 or more before the ball drops on New Year's Eve. By the time you're listening to this, that will have already passed. But still, keep subscribing because we're trying to hit 1K sooner rather than later. And I think it's very accomplishable in the first quarter of the new year. So keep subscribing, youtube.com/@undergroundsportsphiladelphia. Leave your dream guest for this show in the comment section. We will read them, we will sift through them, and we will try to reach out to every single one. So leave a comment with your dream guest for us, whether it's with myself and Pitts or Matt and I on Wednesday shows, whatever it may be. We'll find a way to make it happen. Leave a comment, and subscribe. Of course, this show is presented by the City of Vineland. And whether you're a company looking to expand, relocate, or you're a new business startup. Oh, speaking of guests, too, the mayor of the City of Vineland, Anthony Finucci, will be on the podcast in 2024 as well. So that'd be a fun little local wrinkle. But whether you're a company looking to expand, relocate, or you're a new business startup, selecting the right location is critical to your success. Vineland, New Jersey offers both an affordable business location and an excellent quality of life. The city's economic development department is a one-stop source for moving your project through the development and approval process. And their goal is to make this process as smooth as possible and to provide the fastest turnaround times in the region. If you're considering potential locations for your operation, contact the Vineland Economic Development Team at 856-794-4100. That's 856-794-4100. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season. And big thank you to Security 21 Security Systems and Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated for their continued support of this podcast. Get your merch at phiapparel.co and use code Underground for 10% off. And this has been episode number 599 of Underground Sports Philadelphia. Episode 600 kicks off the new year, baby. Let's go. Everybody have a safe and happy new year. Go Birds. Go Sixers. Go Flyers. Go Phils. And we'll see you guys in 2024. But until then, we're getting the heck up out of here. We are signing off. Peace.